On February 21st, 2022, the cold wind blowing through the Chicago streets carried a chilling prophecy, a prophecy of loss, marking the final journey of a rising star. Tristan Hamilton, better known as FBG Cash, found himself in the middle of a deadly chess game of power and rivalry. A game he was destined to lose. This is the hair-raising saga of FBG Cash's last hours. The prelude. Let's take a journey back in time to the winter month of February 21st, 2022. The Chicago rap scene, a world deeply intertwined with street gangs and their rivalries, was set to witness another chapter in its turbulent history. A prominent figure within this turbulent world was Tristan Hamilton, better known to his fans and foes as FBG Cash. FBG Cash, a fiercely proud member of the Flyboy Gang, or FBG, was a character enmeshed in controversy. He thrived amidst the tumult, a product of his environment, as rivalries flared and the streets of Chicago bore witness to an ongoing, ceaseless struggle for dominance. The factions were many, but one of the most notorious among them was the Black Disciples, a group always at loggerheads with the FBG. On this fateful day, however, FBG Cash decided to cross the Rubicon. He chose to fan the already fiery flames of rivalry. His target, Lil Durk, another prominent figure in the Chicago rap scene. Lil Durk had recently lost a close friend, a non-biological brother and fellow musician, King Von. This loss had sent shockwaves through the community, yet FBG Cash saw it as an opportunity. With a blatant disregard for the mourning period, Cash antagonized Lil Durk with a taunt that disrespected both Durk and the late King Von. This action, steeped in disrespect and rivalry, would set a deadly chain of events into motion, ultimately leading to Cash's undoing. The taunting and response. FBG Cash, in his quest for dominance, took a step that many within the gang-affiliated rap world saw as an unforgivable transgression. He brazenly posted a picture of a mural dedicated to the late King Von, an act seen as defacing and disrespecting the heartfelt memory of a fallen artist. This was more than just a jab, it was an open insult, a deliberate provocation that spat on the unwritten codes of respect and honor among these rival factions. The transgression did not go unnoticed. Lil Durk, still reeling from the loss of his close friend, took umbrage at Cash's blatant show of disrespect. Choosing to respond in the language he knew best, Durk channeled his anger and grief into music. In his new song, Computer Murders, he wove a narrative of veiled threats and warnings aimed unmistakably at FBG Cash. The lyrics of Computer Murders served as a chilling reminder to Cash and his followers of the grave repercussions that awaited those who dared cross the line. Durk's response echoed through the corridors of the rap world, a haunting refrain that underscored the seriousness of Cash's transgression. The stage was set for a turbulent climax as the streets of Chicago braced for the impending storm. The warning signs. As the tensions mounted, FBG Cash made the dangerous choice to double down rather than retreat. He carried on, his provocations growing increasingly brazen as he continued to ridicule Lil Durk and his allies. It was clear to all who watched, Cash was playing a dangerous game of life and death, a high-stakes battle on the treacherous battlefield of Chicago's gangland rap scene. In the midst of this intensifying feud, a particularly ominous incident occurred that sent shockwaves through the community. Appearing as a guest on the Drea O show, Cash recounted a terrifying incident that had taken place recently. He had been ambushed and shot at, the bullets barely missing their target as he was leaving a female companion's home. This near-death encounter was harrowing in its own right, but it also cast an eerie foreshadowing light on what was to come. It served as a chilling reminder of the very real danger Cash was placing himself in, a stark wake-up call that seemed to go unheeded. As he continued his reckless dance with danger, the streets watched on, waiting for the tragic spectacle to unfold. The fatal night. On the evening of June 9th, 2022, just shy of a day before his impending demise, FBG Cash found himself in a deep conversation with fellow Chicago rapper Rico Reckless. In a chilling admission, Cash confessed that he was in Chicago, the very nucleus of danger, given his escalating feuds. Rico, fully aware of the implications, pleaded with Cash to escape to safer terrain to distance himself from the volatile epicenter that threatened to engulf him. Yet Cash, emboldened by a misplaced sense of invincibility, brushed off Rico's concerns. He assured his concerned friend that he was armed, prepared, and perfectly capable of taking care of himself. A bravado that would prove tragically misplaced in just a few short hours. The fateful morning of June 10, 2022 presented a starkly contrasting reality. Cash, alongside another female companion, found himself trapped in an ambush set by an unknown assailant hidden within the shadows of a black sedan. Even as danger closed in, Cash did not surrender without a fight. He attempted to retaliate, to fight back against the sudden onslaught, but the attack was too ferocious, too relentless. After the horrifying incident, Cash was found unresponsive within the wreckage of his vehicle. He was immediately rushed to the hospital, a desperate bid to salvage a life hanging by a thread. But it was too late. The star that had just begun to shine brightly in the music industry was tragically snuffed out. Cash was pronounced deceased at the hospital, marking the gruesome end of a promising career. In the chilling aftermath of this tragic event, the music industry and the city of Chicago were left to grapple with the devastating loss of a rising talent. The violent echo of FBG Cash's final hours serves as a potent reminder of the dangerous dance between rivalry and death in the world of gang-affiliated rap. His legacy continues to reverberate through the streets of Chicago, a haunting memory of a life lost too soon. The tale of FBG Cash stands as a grim testament to the delicate balance teetering on the brink of disaster maintained by those entrenched in the world of gang-affiliated rap. It's a narrative drenched in the brutal reality of the perils born from rivalry and the destructive flames of disrespect. His end serves as a chilling wake-up call to the fatal consequences of such a life, woven with a potent thread of danger that spares no one in its path. As the authorities relentlessly pursue their investigation into his untimely demise, a bleak, irrefutable truth looms in the backdrop. The vicious cycle of violence and retribution continues unabated within these communities, rife with strife and resentment. This ceaseless whirlpool of hostility devours talent in its prime and shatters countless lives, leaving behind a path strewn with irrevocable loss and heartache. But amidst the shadows of this melancholy, the echo of FBG Cash's voice still reverberates through the lonely streets of Chicago. His verses, woven with raw emotion and his lived experiences, resonate with those he left behind. His story is a tragic symphony, a heartrending melody etched into the fabric of his city, a haunting reminder of potential extinguished too soon. In this sorrowful tableau, the one thing that glows, despite the darkness, is the light that was FBG Cash. His legacy remains unbroken, undiminished by the shadow of his end. It lives on in his music, in the hearts of those he touched, and the streets that shaped him, ensuring that even in death, FBG Cash is more than just a memory. He's an undying melody, forever echoing in the heart of Chicago.